I say that for me it's pity the way the Chinese government is dealing with this problem. I really don't understand why Liu Xiaobo is in jail, because in fact he was a person who promoted this charter 2008, and he was asking for certain democratization in China and freedom, more freedom in China, but in a very peaceful way. So I really don't understand the response of the Chinese government. And I think, well, from what we see today, it's very difficult to predict what will happen in the future. Usually, there are many Liu Xiaobo in China, and there are many different people fighting for different things. And the response in the West and internationally are not very good, because there is always a double discourse. Well, business is business, so that's first. And then you have the moral values, but the way the international scenario, you see that there is always this double discourse. So I don't like the way the countries deal with this problem, and I don't like neither the way the Chinese government themselves deals with this problem, because there are many peaceful people trying to improve the situation in the country. It's very hard to say, because you know the Chinese leaders, they don't behave exactly the same in each position they have. So when you see a leader, when he was not a very high level leader, then it was difficult to say which were his ideas, or if he was going to promote more freedom or not. So it's very difficult to predict, because in the Chinese leadership, they don't explicitly talk about their ideas until the very end of their life. I will say, I will provide an example. You know, the Prime Minister Wen Jiabao recently, in an interview with in the United States with a journalist, he talked a lot about democratization. Well, you probably know that in China, all this speech has not been circulating freely. But you know, Wen Jiabao is at the end of his career. So some leaders, they don't show their clear ideas until the end. So now, if he becomes the secretary of the party and is going to substitute Hu Jintao, well, it's very difficult to predict his real ideas, and if he really is going to promote more democratization or not. And at the same time, we have to think at the whole party. You know, the Chinese Communist Party is one party, but there are many different factions within the party. So there are also certain pressure from one on another faction that also will affect the direction of the leader. So I don't think it's easy to predict that.